Hello everyone, welcome to our core stability session. Today we're going to start on our backs on the ground, feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling, head arrested. We're going to get into our hundreds. Curl up, chin to chest, arms by your sides, palms face down. Pump your arms up and down a few inches above the hips, below the hips. Keep those shoulder blades hovering the entire time to work through those upper abs. Every pump of these arms is adding instability through the core. If you'd like to take an extra challenge, add low abs into this. Go ahead and lift your feet off the ground, chins parallel to the ceiling, knees bent over the hips. That's going to add some instability through the low abs, pushing your low back into the ground. If you want to take it a step further, you can extend the legs straight out to a diagonal, which is going to extend the legs further from the core, making it more resistant. Just keep breathing as you go through, pumping those arms, shoulder blades high. And in 3, 2, 1, rest your head, sit-ups, crunches, or roll-ups. We're going to start with crunches, hands behind head, elbows wide, feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. You curl up, shoulder blades hover, release, sit-ups, arms straight to the ceiling. Roll all the way up. When you're up, the arms reach forward, shoulders stacked fully over the hips. So roll all the way back, or a roll-up. Legs are extended on the ground, and then the upper body is the same as the sit-up. Arms start pointed to the ceiling and they end pointing forward. The roll-ups with the legs long just give you a little bit more surface area on the ground to give you some more stability through the movement. Ab wall activating. You're choosing which one's going to work for you. Try to move with intention. Take the momentum out of it. Make it all core work. And in 3, 2, 1, finish where you're at. Rest your head. Take your feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. Press your palms down into the ground outside your hips. Send your right leg to the ceiling. Point your toes. Single leg circles. We go across the body first, making the circle as big or as small as feels good to you. The bigger and the lower the circle goes, the less stability you're going to have. The smaller and the higher, the more stability. Play with those two combos. Press down through the palms. This is hip mobility. This is inner thigh strength. This is strength through the legs and stretch through the legs. Glue your entire torso to the ground like a cinder block. Reverse your circle. We're going clockwise now. Keep breathing. Press that back down into the ground. And in 3, 2, 1, bend your right knee to your chest and then plant that right foot flat to the floor. We switch sides. Left leg's going straight to the ceiling. Point your toes. Go across the body first so that we start clockwise with this side. Press down through the palms. Press down through the back, through the spine. Breathe. Hip mobility, leg strength, and stretch. You've got it. And switch directions. Again, playing with the size and height of the circle is going to help you find your challenge point. Breathe. And in 3, 2, 1, bend your left knee into your chest and then send both feet flat to the floor. Nice job. We're going to get into our single leg stretch next. You're going to curl up chin to chest, pull your right knee to your chest and hug it in there. Left leg extends long to hover, switch and switch. So you're hugging your right knee to your chest, extend, hug your left knee to your chest, extend. Those shoulder blades are hovering the entire time. Think about your upper body frozen in time. Those shoulder blades don't lift or lower. They stay exactly where they are, hovering as the legs switch. That isometric hold through the upper abs is a big challenge as we work through the obliques to stabilize and low abs to extend the legs. And in 3, 2, 1, hug both knees into your chest nice and tight. Rest your head for a brief moment if you need to give the upper abs a little break, and then get right back into it. Hug yourself into your ball, and those shoulder blades are hovering. Now we take it to double leg stretch. Keep the shoulder blades hovering and keep the low back glued to the ground. As you circle the arms out to the sides and behind the shoulders and extend the legs out straight to the diagonal, hug everything back in. Everything extends away from the torso. Everything hugs back in. Again, those shoulder blades stay high in the same spot and space the entire time. They're frozen. It's going to take a lot of ab strength to keep them there. One more. Hug everything into your ball, rest your head, and then send your feet flat to the floor. We're going to take it to single straight leg stretch now. So building off of the last two we just did, curl up, chin to chest, send your right leg to the ceiling, point your toes. Take your hands, grab up as high on your right leg towards your foot or your ankle as you can. Left leg can hover or stay planted. Switch. Left leg goes up, right leg goes long. Switch and switch. Your hands stay reaching up the entire time. Shoulder blades stay up the entire time. Your hands are just switching which leg they're reaching to while they're in that up position. When your leg goes up, you feel a nice stretch through the back of the leg. When it goes down, you're feeling that contraction through the leg. You're breathing. Shoulder blades again, frozen in time, hovering off the ground. Obliques working to stabilize the body. Low back glued to the ground. Low abs working to extend the legs away from the body. And in 3, 2, 1, bend your knees into your chest, rest your head, rest your feet flat to the floor. We are going to take it to double straight leg stretch next. So head gets to stay rested. This is a low ab burn. Push your hands down into the ground outside the hips. Palms down, legs up, squeeze your inner thighs together nice and tight to make one long leg. And you lower your legs for 3 counts, lift them back to the ceiling for 1. So a slow lower and a quick lift. Now, your lower goes as low as you can go while keeping your back glued to the ground. If your back starts to come off the ground, shorten the distance by about an inch or so, and then head back up, the legs to the ceiling. Find your range. Squeeze through the inner thighs, really glue those legs together. Lots of work through low abs here. Push through the palms for extra stability. And in 3, 2, 1, bend your knees into your chest, send your feet flat to the floor. We're going to take it to our bicycle crisscross crunches. Hands behind head, elbows wide. And then you're going to pull your left knee to your chest as you crunch towards it with your chest. Reset, switch sides, right knee to chest, switch. And from here, you're going to extend your leg nice and long after you crunch it in. Turn it into that full bicycle leg. So right knee to chest extends long to hover. Left knee to chest extends long to hover. You're crunching towards the knee that's coming towards you. Keep the elbows wide. Keep your shoulder blades high. When you twist towards your knee, your shoulder blade's going to want to dig into the ground. If it is digging, make the movement the twist a little bit shorter to keep those shoulder blades high. That's the first priority. In 3, 2, 1, knees to chest, rest your head. Beautifully done. I'm going to get up and get a drink. We're going to come to standing for some standing balance. Ooh, all right, water never tasted so good. Okay, I'm going to stand here. We're going to start with our calf raises. Feet hip width apart, toes forward, heels lift and lower. You can choose what to do with your hands. They can be on your hips. They can be in a prayer. They can be holding on to something for balance. Find what's going to work for you. Challenge here. Slow those heels back down, or lower those heels back down slowly. This is ankle mobility. This is balance. This is calf work. So hopefully your chance to catch your breath, recalibrate, get that foundation for your balance. We're going to need it. All right. We're going to take it to our chair next. So you're going to sit your bottom back into an imaginary chair. As you push your hips back and down, you will hinge forward from the waist. And I want you to reach your arms up long so that the arms come right outside the ears. So when you're in your chair position, you have a straight diagonal line from the fingertips to the shoulder, to the ribs, to the hips. Chest stays proud. So your chair is like a narrow squat. It's really gonna fire up through those thighs. You're taking this at your pace, embracing the burn. All right, next time you're in your chair, I want you to hold it there. You have the option if you want to keep your arms up. I recommend you try for it. And then we're going to take our right toes, tap them out to the right, and then bring them right back underneath the hip. So you're staying low in your chair. Right toes tap right, come back underneath the hip. So that left leg is on fire here because you're staying in that chair The left leg is trying to stabilize you. Hold on to something if you need. You can always have your hands reach back outside the hips if your shoulders need a break. Right toes tap out and reset. You've got it. You can feel the burn here and you can do it. Challenging our stabilizer muscles. We love strengthening our stabilizers. And in 3, 2, 1, come back to your chair. You're gonna stand up, but it's gonna be to a high knee. So you're gonna stand up, right knee lifts to your chest, go back to your chair. So you get relief, but you still have to balance through it. So chair, stand, high knee, chair, stand, high knee. As you come up, that right knee comes up as high as you can get it. Your belly button stays pulled into your spine the entire time. Embracing the core, that's gonna help you balance through this movement. You've got it. Always the option, arms by your sides or arms overhead. Arms overhead is gonna add that extra burn. You can also do arms overhead in your chair and then send your arms back by your sides while you do your high knee. Or hold on to something. When you're doing your chair, make sure those glutes, those hips are pushing back nice and far to keep those knees tracked over the ankles in that down position. Protect the knee joint, fire up through the low body muscles. And in 3, 2, 1, step your feet out wide. We take it to a wide-legged forward fold. Reach your arms down hands down by the ground in between the feet. You can have a soft bend in your legs if you'd like. Play around with it, or your legs can be straight. This is your chance to catch your breath because we're about to get right back into it. And in 3, 2, 1, stand on up. We take it to our top raises. Feet hip width apart, toes forward, heels lift and lower. How slow can you make that lower of the heels? Play with it a little bit. Find your challenge point. I want you wobbling. I want you to shake. That's where you're going to find the growth here. That's where you're going to find the challenge. We get stronger by pushing ourselves and finding where we can go. All right, that's enough of that. Take it to your chair, feet flat to the floor. Push your hips back, sit in your imaginary seat, and then come on back on up. As you hips push back, the chest does hinge forward. The arms send right up ahead of the shoulders. So the arms are outside the ears in the up position, or the biceps are outside the ears. So the fingertips start a nice straight diagonal line. Fingertips, elbows, shoulders, ribs, hips. You got it. Keep those hips pushed back and sink down. Those feet are narrow, which is going to fire up through those thighs. We've done it before. Thighs are fatigued. Let's take advantage of that and work on. You got it. Breathe. Always the option to have your hands support you in another way by the hips or holding on to something. And we're gonna add our side toe taps. Next time you're in your chair, left leg this time. So hold low through your chair, right side, left toes tap left, come back underneath the hip. You can set your foot down fully underneath the hip, or you can just tap it, you choose. You're keeping that nice deep bend through that right leg, stabilizing. You're firing up through the thighs and the glutes. You got it. We burn, and we get stronger. You got it. Now we're gonna have some relief coming, but it's gonna come with more work. Come back into your chair. You can stand up tall, give relief through that right leg, but you're also coming to your left high knee, back to your chair. So chair down, left high knee as you stand. You've got it. If you need to break it up into different parts, you can. So that right leg gets a little bit of relief as it stands out of that chair position, but then it still has to stabilize you as the right knee lifts up off the ground. You're choosing your pace here. Push those hips back. Keep those knees tracked over the ankles. Almost there. And in 3, 2, 1. Wide-legged forward fold. Feet go wide. Reach your hands down towards the ground and between the feet or just ahead of them. Soft bend in the knees. Let the head and the neck, shoulders, arms hang heavy. Maybe you have a soft bend in your knees. Maybe you don't. Play around with it. And when you're ready, slowly roll up to standing. One vertebrae at a time. I'm going to get a drink and then we're going to meet on the ground on our backs. And maybe do a little dance move on the way there. Okay. So I'm going to start on my back. And we're going to start in corkscrew. So head is rested, legs straight to the ceiling. Squeeze your legs together, point your toes. Push your palms down into the ground outside the hips. And we draw circles with our legs. We draw one circle, and then at the top of that circle, we switch directions. We alternate right, left, clockwise, counterclockwise. Now, with these corkscrews, squeeze your legs together super tight. That's going to activate through the inner thighs. I also want you to think about keeping your upper back, or not your upper back, your entire back, your torso, glued to the ground like a cinder block. If your torso is moving, make the circle a little bit smaller until you find that stillness through the core to help stabilize through the movement. You'll find some more activation there. Press hard through your palms. They're there to support you. And the harder you press through your palms, the more you're going to help activate through the core. You've got it. Try to get your legs as straight as you can. You can do this. And in 3, 2, 1, bend your knees to your chest. Send your feet flat to the floor. We're going to go into dead bugs. Hands reach straight to the ceiling. Feet lift off the ground, knees bent, stacked over the hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Opposite arm, opposite leg, reach long to hover over the ground, away from the torso, and then they come back through center. Right leg long, left arm back, reset. Left leg long, right arm back, reset. Now, with our dead bugs here, this can be a very easy exercise. But if you're doing it correctly, it can also become very challenging. Push your low back into the ground. Your entire back should be pushed in contact with the ground the entire time. That's going to help activate through the low abs and help stabilize us. Again, we want the core to be almost like a statue, completely glued here, while the arms and legs make it more difficult to do so. They're adding instability. So that core has to engage to keep that cinder block of a torso down. You've got it. And in 3, 2, 1. Keep your knees stacked over those hips. Take your arms. We're going to do our knee twists here. Take your arms, push them down into the ground. Somewhere in between the hip and the shoulder line. You choose where you want that to be. Knees stay tracked over the hips. They're going to want to come closer to the chest. Don't let them. Knees over the hips adds that challenge that we want. Don't connect your knees together. That's going to make it harder, more difficult for us. So keep them separate. Keep them a little bit of space between them. Let your knees fall left. Your right hip can peel off the ground, but I want your right shoulder to stay grounded. Come back through center, switch sides. Knees fall to the right. Left hip can peel off the ground, but left shoulder stays grounded. If your shoulder starts to peel off the ground, reduce the movement by about an inch. Keep it grounded. This is your obliques working here. You bring your knees back over the hips each time. This is also low abs with your legs with knees over hips, shins parallel. The legs are extended away from the torso, giving us some work through low abs. We're adding instability through this twist. Our hip flexors are a little angry. We'll get to those. Breathe. And in 3, 2, 1. Feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. We're gonna stretch out those hip flexors, but of course it's gotta come with work, right? So hands push down into the ground outside the hips. We're gonna take it to our standard bridge to start. Squeeze your glutes, lift them to the ceiling. Ooh, and then lower those hips back down, okay? Go ahead and do this at your own pace. As the hips are in the up position, you're gonna have a straight diagonal line from knees to hips to ribs to shoulders, and then back down, and you repeat. You've got it. Now, when your hips are in the up position, that's when you'll get that stretch through those hip flexors. Hip flexors are activated a lot of times when we're doing our low ab work. So this is your chance to stretch them out and refresh them. We're going to use them again. So take advantage of that up position and that stretch through the hip flexors. In that up position also, though, we're squeezing through the glutes really hard. So we're getting that work through the hamstrings and glutes. Every stretch comes with a contraction of the muscle on the opposite side of the body, then the stretch. So that's what we're getting here. We're also going to spice this up a little bit. So next time your hips are on the ground, I want you to take your right heel and plant it on the ground, extend it a little bit further away from where it started, its home base. So your left foot stays where it was, flat, right heel extended, toe lifted. Do your bridges from here. So now with that right leg extended, you have a little less stability on the right side because that foot is further away from your center of gravity, your hips. So that's going to add work there. With the leg extended a little bit further and foot flexed, that's also more hamstring work. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to stabilize. You've got it. Think about lifting the tailbone first and then letting everything else follow, all the vertebrae follow one by one. And when you're ready, bring that right foot back to its home base, foot flat underneath the knee. Left leg is going to switch now. So left leg, heel plants on the ground, toes lifted. Left leg is a little bit further out now. You're playing with your distance. Hips lift and lower. You've got it. Breathe as you go. So now that extra spice is on the left side. We're having to overcompensate on that side because our support is further away. Press through the palms of your hands. It's going to help you. You got it. And in 3, 2, 1, feet flat to the floor, hips down. We're going to take it to our tabletop toe taps. So I want your knees bent, stacked over your hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Hands can press down into the ground outside the hips once again. You're going to take your right toes, tap them down, reset, left toes, tap them down to the ground, reset. So every time you reset, the knee comes over the hip. If it comes towards the chest, you're losing some of that work. So keep it stacked over the hip. Now I'm going to give you some options here. First things first, that low back needs to be glued to the ground. If you're glued there, you're stable, let's add some extra distance of those toe taps. So instead of tapping the toe right straight down, you can reach it out further and then tap it and alternate. So you can choose how far out you want to extend that leg to tap the toe. That's up to you. But rule of thumb is that low back needs to stay to the ground. If it starts to peel off the ground, make your movement smaller by an inch or so you find that sweet spot. You got it. Breathe as you go through. Alternating those toe taps. And in 3, 2, 1, we're going to keep those legs now in that upside down tabletop. Knees bent, stacked over the hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. And we're going to take it to a crunch with the upper body. Hands behind head, elbows wide. We're going to crunch, release, crunch, release. So shoulder blades hover, release. With the legs into upside down tabletop here, we have the less stability. Usually we have those legs or those feet planted on the floor. This time we have that we don't have that. We have less points of contact with the ground. So our abs are working hard to stabilize the lower body while they're also trying to work hard to lift those shoulder blades off the ground. Hands behind head, elbows wide is going to add work through the upper abs because your body is distributed a little bit wider away from the body. And the hands behind the head is going to just help offer a little bit support without pushing or pulling. If you need to take your hands across your chest, That's gonna reduce the strain on the upper abs, but you won't get that extra neck support. So that's up to you. And in 3, 2, 1, rest your head, send your legs straight to the ceiling. Tries to get your legs as straight as you can. Toes can remain pointed. You're gonna take your left hand behind head, elbow wide, or left hand across your chest. Right arm is gonna reach towards the toes as you crunch, release, crunch, release. So right arm up, left hand behind head or across the chest. You crunch, release, crunch, release. Upper abs. And it's going to be obliques as well because we are asymmetrical through the upper body. Trying to keep the legs still here. You've got it. Crunch, release, crunch, release. And in 3, 2, 1, we switch sides. Right hand behind head, elbow wide. Left arm reaches towards those toes. Crunch, release, crunch, release. Upper abs working, low abs working to keep those feet up to the ceiling, and obliques also working because we're asymmetrical through the upper body. Exhale as you reach, inhale as you reset. And in 3, 2, 1, we don't rest yet. Now both hands reach towards the feet. Crunch, release, crunch, release. Hands reaching towards the feet is actually getting your weight a little bit more forward, which can be a helper. But if you need support behind your head, always the option to take the hands behind the head or, of course, arms across the chest as well. You're crunching through the upper body and releasing. And 3, 2, 1, bend your knees. Nice job. We're going to take our head and rest it. Those upper abs are going to get a little bit of a break. And your feet can start flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. Pull both knees to your chest. Yes, to your chest, not to over the hips for now. So knees come to the chest, push the palms down into the ground outside the hips. We're going to do our scissor extensions. So your right leg is going to go straight to the ceiling, the left leg hover off the ground. Then everything comes back into the chest. Switch. Left leg up, right leg hovers over the ground, knees to chest. So knees to chest is giving you a little bit of extra rest here instead of knees stacked over hips. If you want to do that challenge and have knees stacked over hips instead of knees to chest, you can. So one leg extends long to hover, one leg reaches to the ceiling, and then you switch. Low back, again, glued to the ground. This is low abs. You're breathing. Feel that stretch through the leg that's reaching to the ceiling. Feel that strength through the leg, extending long. You've got it. And in 3, 2, 1, both knees to chest. Send your legs straight to the ceiling. Point your toes. You're gonna let your legs fall left and right. This is our hip opener, inner thigh stretch. Right and left legs separate so they open to a V shape. Flex your feet and then bring them back together at the top. Point your toes, legs separate left and right. Flex the feet, legs come together at the top. Your legs are as straight as you can get them. And that might mean not straight. That might mean all the way straight. Just as straight as you can get them. You got it. Breathe. Feel that stretch through the thighs as your legs separate, but then we gotta go work those inner thighs to bring the legs back together at the top. All right. Next time your legs are at the top, we're gonna take it to a lower ab crunch. So squeeze your legs together, point your toes, and then if you'd like an extra challenge, you can let space between the two legs. Your choice. For our low ab crunch, our upper body is rested, palms pushed down into the ground. Your tailbone lifts towards the ceiling just a centimeter or so, and then it releases. So your low ab crunch is a sharp pull down of the belly button and a sharp tilt up with the tailbone, and then a release. Try to hold it for half a second or so before you release. And the movement is very tiny, so the hips still stay on the ground during this movement. You're gonna feel the contraction where the zipper of your pants would be. If your legs are squeezed together, you're getting extra inner thigh strength, but because your legs are together as one, it makes it a little bit more supportive on the low abs. Whereas if your legs are separated, you're losing that inner thigh squeeze, but you have less stability through the low abs. So options always have pros and cons, and you can choose which one is for you today. And in 3, 2, 1, bring your knees into your chest, send your feet flat to the floor. We are going to transition here. So I'm going to get a drink and we're going to get into tabletop. All right. I'm loving water today. Okay. We're going to start with a simple bird dog. And when I say simple, I just mean we're not adding any extra things onto it, but it is a complex movement. So tabletop position, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Right arm forward, left leg back, switch sides. When you reach your arm forward, it's at shoulder height. When you reach your leg back, it's at hip height. If opposite arm, opposite leg isn't working for you today, do one arm or one leg at a time. Right arm, right leg, left leg, instead of opposite arm, opposite leg. Keep your head in line with your spine. Back is flat. Think about the neck as an extension of the spine. So keep your chin off your chest. Keep the crown of your head reaching forward. And then keep your back flat. Our low back often will want to dip here. Keep it in line as you extend the leg behind you. This is just warming up our low back muscles for our back extensions, which are to come. So 3, 2, 1. Release this all the way down to the ground, belly button down. We're going to do our back extensions next. For the start of this, we're going to reach our arms forward ahead of the shoulders, feet long behind you. Take a nice deep breath. Push your hip bones down to the ground. Pull your belly button up off the ground. Lift your upper and lower body, hover, and breathe here. If you ever need to come out of this and come back into it, feel free. In this upward position, now we're going to practice some shoulder blade retractions. So while you're in this up position, arms and legs hovering, pull your shoulder blades down and back, and then release. Pull your shoulder blades down and back, and release. Just adding a little extra spice. Your arms aren't going to move a whole lot. Just trying to think about the shoulder blade and isolating that movement. Shoulder blades pull down, come back to their starting position. 3, 2, 1, rest. Everything goes down. Arms and legs rest. Take a deep breath. And then when you're ready, come back up. Arms and legs lifted. And then you're going to sweep your arms back by your hips. Sweep your arms back up ahead of the shoulders. Arms by the hips, arms ahead of the shoulders. You got it. Shoulder mobility added onto our back strengthening here, posterior chain. So we're strengthening all the muscles surrounding the spine, stabilizing the spine here. You've got it. And in 3, 2, 1, rest. We've got one more back extension here to go. Reach your arms forward, feet behind you. We're going to take it to swimming. Arms and legs lift, upper and lower body, and right arm and left leg lift an inch higher than the other, and then you switch. Left arm, right leg. Switch, 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 switch. Switch as fast as you can. Swimming at posterior chain strengthening exercise. Breathe. And in 3, 2, 1. Press that down. Nice job. We're going to take it to our windshield wipers next. So go ahead and fold one hand on top of the other. Just make a nice place for you to rest your forehead. So I like to stack one palm on top of the other, rest my head on top of that stack of palms, elbows bent out to my sides, legs along behind you. Bend your heels towards your seat. Windshield wiper it out. Right legs fall to the right. Come through center, fall to the left, come through center. Hip mobility, releasing through the low back. Breathe. You got it. also feels nice on my thighs. After those chairs we did earlier. And in 3, 2, 1, release that. Nice job. So we got a nice surprise. We're gonna do a plank series before we go into glute work because they're so fun and so good for us. So you're gonna choose a forearm plank, a standard plank, or a wall plank, and you're gonna get into it straight line from head to heels. In 3, 2, 1, get into your plank. So your plank, you should have either just your hands or forearms in contact with the ground or the wall, and just the balls of your feet. And then you have a straight line from head to heels. So your hips are in line with the shoulders so that you're getting nice core engagement through the entire body. So you're squeezing through the thighs to fight for straight legs. You're squeezing through the glutes to help support and stabilize the hips. You're squeezing through the abs. The belly button pulls in to help stabilize through the spine. Your head stays in line with your spine. Take one more deep breath here. You can do it. And when you're ready, release. Back down to the ground. Nice job. We're going to take it to a side plank next. Left side down, right side up. So lay on your left side. Your left elbow can either be underneath your left shoulder on the ground or your left palm of your hand. Okay? And when you're ready, we'll get into it in 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips off the ground. So now the outer edge of your left foot is on the ground, and either your forearm or your hand is on the ground supporting you. Straight line again from head to heels. Lift those hips up nice and high. The higher you lift those legs, the more, or the hips, you're gonna feel the obliques activate. You're gonna try to pull those ribs away from the ground. Breathe. That right hand can go behind your head. It can go on your hip. Option for more support. Right foot flat to the ground in front or behind the left knee. Breathe. You can also come down to the left knee. 3, 2, 1. Drop those hips. Nice job. We're going to switch sides. So your right side is going to be down, left side is going to be up. Right elbow, forearm on the ground or hand beneath the right shoulder. Legs long, and 3, 2, 1, we lift. Hips are up. Straight line from head to heel. Sometimes our head wants to fall down towards the ground. Keep that neck in line with the spine. Left hand behind head or on hip. Option for the left foot to plant in front or behind the right knee. For some more support, always the option to come down to the right knee as well. And you're breathing. Make sure that shoulder is stacked over the arm in whatever capacity you're there at. Breathe. Hips are high. Think about pulling the rib cage away from the ground. It's going to activate more through the obliques, which is what we're targeting with these side planks. It's a full body exercise, extra space for the obliques. And 3, 2, 1, rest it down. Yay! Okay, I'm getting a drink. We're going to transition to glutes, and we're going to do glutes from a tabletop position today. We're switching it up. All right, I got a drink. So we're going to go to tabletop position. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Now, doing glutes in a tabletop position is extra challenging because you also have to think about keeping your spine in line and not letting the belly dip low like we do in like cat-cow. We want to keep the spine long. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. I want you to relax your feet so that the tops of your feet are on the ground, the bottoms of your feet face the ceiling, head in line with your spine. We're going to start with a bird dog lift just with the back, the legs. So right leg on the move, right leg is going to extend behind you like it did in bird dog earlier. So leg extended behind the right hip, toe pointed. And then I want you to just keep your leg extended, tap the right toes on the ground, and then lift them straight back up. Tap and lift. Now, when you lift back up, you're lifting no higher than the glutes, the hip height. So once your leg reaches hip height, you stop. You should feel this right away in those glutes. Low back is supported by the belly button pulling into the spine, keeping the back flat. You've got it. Breathe. Think long through the spine. With every lift of the leg, think about pulling your belly button in nice and sharp. Base of the glutes. And in 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to flex your right foot and bring your right heel to your bottom. So your right knee is now bent, and we're gonna take this to a donkey kick instead. So knee comes underneath the hip, keep the bend in the knee, and then you push that right heel towards the ceiling behind you. So knee comes underneath the hip, knee goes behind the hip, okay? You're keeping your foot flexed. You're keeping the same bend in the leg the entire time. You're just moving from the hip joint. So leg stays in that bent position as knee comes underneath hip, goes behind hip. With your foot flexed, you're adding a little extra spice through the hamstring and glutes. You've got it. Head in line with your spine. This is also base of the seat. Just taking it from a different position here. You've got it. And in 3, 2, 1, you're gonna extend your leg straight back behind you, still right side. You can point your toe again. So now the leg is behind the hip at hip height, and then you're gonna bend your knee and bring your knee towards the left calf that's on the ground, and then you're gonna extend the leg straight behind you again. So left calf is what we're aiming to bring that right knee to. It doesn't have to touch. If you can't, you find your range. So leg straight extended behind you, leg bent, reaching towards that left calf or the back of the left knee, and then extending straight again. That's gonna give us an internal rotation. It's gonna feel funky, it's gonna feel weird. It's gonna give us the internal rotation we're looking for. You've got it. Keep the back flat, belly button pulled in. If you feel work through the left glute as well, that's because it's helping us stabilize and it is actively engaged to keep us supported. In 3, 2, 1, you can rest your right knee underneath the hip if you need a moment. And then we're gonna take it to another extension behind us with that right leg. You can flex the foot again this time. So right leg extended straight behind us, foot flexed. Then you're gonna slide your leg in and then out. In an inch, out an inch. In 2 centimeters, out 2 centimeters. Keeping it at hip height the entire time. Inner and outer corners of the glutes. This is where we finish the right side. Keep your back flat. Keep your head in line with your spine. I caught my head dipping. Don't let yours dip too. And in 3, 2, 1, rest. Bring that right knee underneath your hip. And then I'm just gonna transition to sitting on my heels for a second. And I'm gonna do wrist circles because we're gonna go into some more glute tabletop work. I'm just gonna refresh my wrists. So wrist circles here, just letting them free flow, stretch them out, do whatever you need to do. And when you're ready, we will get back into our tabletop for those bird dog lifts, okay? So tabletop position, left leg extends behind you, toe pointed. Left leg starts at hip height, leg stays long, toe taps straight down and then comes straight up. Doesn't go past the height of the hip here. If your wrists are bothering you, you are more than welcome to come down to your forearms. Just make sure you're maintaining that flat back, okay? You've got it. Toes tap, lift to hip height. This is base of the glutes here. It's our first taste of it. Keep your head in line with your spine. And when you're ready, we're gonna transition this to a donkey kick. Flex your foot. Bring your heel towards your bottom. Keep your knee bent. Knee comes underneath hip. Knee then points behind you. So that heel is almost stamping up towards the ceiling as your knee points behind you. Keep your back flat, head in line with your spine. You've got it. You're breathing through this. This is base of the glutes once again, center of the glutes. Think about tucking the belly button in every time you push that heel back and up towards the ceiling, keeping that same bend in the knee. And in 3, 2, 1. Set that knee underneath your hip. If you need, we're going to take it to those internal rotations. So you're going to extend your left leg behind you at hip height. You can have your toe pointed here. And then that left knee is going to come back, reach towards the right calf or like behind the right knee. And then extend the left leg long again behind the hip. So leg extends long, knee bends, comes to the right calf, extends long behind you. Feels funky, feels wrong. It's going to give you the internal rotation we need. Head in line with the spine. You got it. Breathe. And in 3, 2, 1, rest. Come back to all fours. We have just our last one left. It's our in and out movement. So extend that left leg behind you, flex your foot, and then keep it at hip height. Slide 2 inches in, or 1 inch or 2 centimeters in, 1 inch or 2 centimeters out. Internal or inner and outer corners of the glutes. Keeping it at hip height the entire time. Keep that back flat, belly button pulled into your spine. Push through your palms. You got it. This is our last movement. Beautifully done. And in 3, 2, 1, rest. Nice job. I'm gonna get a drink of water. And we are gonna go through our core rotations just once. So lay on your back. Get a nice deep breath in there. And we're gonna do crunches to start, but we're gonna do an isometric hold with our crunch. So feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. You're on your back. Curl up, chin to chest, shoulder blades hovering. Reach your arms forward outside your hips. Shoulder blades stay hovering. Arms reach back, arms reach forward. Arms reach back, arms reach forward. So they reach all the way up to the ceiling and then outside the ears, behind the shoulders, and then forward with your upper abs staying still in place. Every time you reach back, it gets more difficult. Every time you reach forward, you get a little bit of relief. And in 3, 2, 1, release. Take your hands behind your head, elbows wide, just your standard side crunch. Crunch right, release, crunch left, release. Come through center as you're crunching right and left, trying to keep both shoulder blades off the ground. If one shoulder blade wants to dig in, it's most likely the one you're turning towards. Make your turn a little bit tinier. You'll still get that oblique engagement, but it'll actually be more impactful if both of the shoulder blades are lifting. You got it. And in 3, 2, 1, rest your head, send both legs to the ceiling, push your palms down to the ground outside the hips, lower the legs to a diagonal, keeping the low back glued to the ground. Cross right leg over left, switch, left leg over right, switch. Glue the low back to the ground. The lower you lower your legs, the more low abs are gonna burn here. Fighting for straighter legs here, straight as you can get. Slow abs and obliques. This is where we finish today. In 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees into your chest. Take a nice breath, and we will transition to our cool down. I'm sweaty. All right, I'm gonna get a drink. We're gonna start in our cat-cow, so feel free to get there if you beat me to it. All right, I got a drink. For our cool down, feel free to follow along with me or do what feels best in your body. I'm gonna start in cat-cow. Hands on the ground, tabletop position, knees underneath hips. Relax those feet behind you. Head in line with the spine, nice big inhale to start, and then exhale, round the spine towards the ceiling, tuck the chin to the chest, push the palms down through the ground. You're in cat. This is decompressing the spine. Then with your breath cycle, you're gonna take it to cow. Inhale as you dip your belly low, roll your shoulders down and back, open your collarbone wide, point your nose forward. And go through these at your own pace with your breath. So exhaling every time you're in cat with your spine up, chin tucked, and inhaling every time you're in cow with your belly low, ready to fill with air. Maybe you add wiggles through the hips where wiggles feel good. Maybe you shift your weight forward and back. When you're ready, we'll take it to our pike. Curl your toes under, send your hips to the ceiling. Arms and legs straight, pull your chest towards your knees for a deeper stretch through the spine. Push your heels towards the ground for a deeper stretch through the legs. And you breathe. Maybe you have a soft bend in your knees, maybe you don't. And when you're ready, bring those knees gently back down to the ground. Lie on your back. Hug your right knee to your chest. Your left leg can either go long or plant flat on the floor, and you breathe here. On your next exhale, feel free to take your right knee a little bit wider, just an inch or so, and open up the stretch through the inner thigh and hip. Feels so good. When you're ready, you can take it to your twist. Left hand to the outside of the right knee, guide the right knee up and over towards the left side of the body. Right hip peels off the ground, nose points right, right arm to a T. Spine twist, glute stretch, shoulder and chest opener, trying to keep that right shoulder grounded to the ground. You breathe. And when you're ready, come back through center. Give your knees a hug to your chest. And we switch sides, left knee to chest, right leg long or foot planted. And option to open that left knee, just an inch or so to the left to open up the stretch to the inner thigh, outer hip. Take your right hand, we're gonna take it to our lying twist. Right hand outside of the left knee, guide it up and over to the right side of the body. Left arm to a T, nose left. Spine twist, glute stretch, shoulder and chest opener, trying to keep that left shoulder grounded. And when you're ready, come through center, give yourself a little hug, knees to chest, rock side to side. And we'll come to our seated forward fold next. Go ahead and roll up to your seated position. Legs extended long or bent. Arms by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms out to the sides, up over the head. Exhale, hinge forward from the waist, reach for your toes. With every inhale, you're just creating space. And then with every exhale, you're taking that space, melting into the stretch. Letting the shoulder blades separate. Breathing nice and deep breaths here. Freeing the tension through the entire backside of the body. You can release that and sit nice and tall. For our butterfly, the bottoms of your feet come together to touch in front of the hips. Knees bent, pointing outward, hinge forward from the waist. If you'd like a deeper stretch, sit taller. If you'd like less, feet closer to you for more, further away for less. And the knees can fall heavier out to the sides for more, up towards the ceiling for less. Maybe you rest your forearms gently on the inner thighs. And with that, take another deep breath for yourself. stop our recording here.